Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm up at our garden property, or what was the garden property. You'll notice if you follow the channel that there's no longer a hoop house. Raised beds are gone. Big changes coming here. But I got a few requests to do a video about how the electroculture went in the garden this year, since it's the end of the growing season. And so I thought I'd go over that and tell you about some changes coming up at Almost Homestead. So as far as electroculture went, I said in several videos that it's really hard to tell if the electroculture was doing a lot for the garden, because we had one of the best grow seasons we've had since we've been here. But I did take notes on a few things. I kept track of the cucumbers basically, and the two that were wired to the main electroculture antenna, those put out, one of them put out 10 cucumbers, the other put out 9 cucumbers, and then the ones that weren't wired, one put out 4 cucumbers and one put out 5 cucumbers. So, I mean, those results would indicate that the electroculture that was hooked directly to that big antenna, those benefited from the electroculture. Pretty much everything else I really don't know. Like I said, we had a great growing year, so I need more time to do that, to experiment. But it won't be experimenting up here in this, what was the garden property, because we are clearing this property. We're going to sell it. I will show you our other property where we have our tiny home, and we've set up a little garden there. We're going to put a hoop house up there. We really, we could probably grow the same amount of food up there on that corner than as we were here. And it's kind of been something, we just don't want to have to take care of 3 different properties. 2 properties will be good, but also we can make some money off of these 2 small properties, selling them as one. We paid like, I think $6,000 total for the 2 of them, and we'll see what we can get for them, but we'll definitely quadruple our money at least. So that'll come in handy. And I'm kind of under the belief that the real estate market's going to take a dive, so we might try to sell this sooner than later to take advantage of that. And either way, we're going to come out all right on it. So I will take you up to the other location, and we'll look around there, show you what we've done. But yeah, as far as this garden property goes, hoop house is gone, raised beds are gone. I took out the compost, little staging areas, and I just have a few more things to get. There's a little shack over there that we kept a lot of our growing supplies in there, different things, pots and things. So, all right, let's go up to the other property. All right, so this is our tiny home or / trailer property. And yeah, right now there's a lot of stuff that I drug up from the old garden property, so it's kind of a mess up here. It's been a mess for a while, but it's slowly getting better. Let me show you around. We have put in some raised beds, made these out of some salvaged 4x8 beams, and then I did the old Sugi-Ban burn on them to give them a little burn finish to help them last a little longer. So we've got 4 beds here. We have a bunch of wood chips over here. We ended up purchasing a truckload of about 16 yards of wood chips from a guy who has a wood business up here. I paid him $50 for that. We were getting desperate to cover all this area because it was just kind of raw dirt. So got all this spread out. Our grandson was up here for a week during Thanksgiving, so he helped me finish off spreading the rest of it and moving the rest of the wood chips over there. So in addition to these beds. We've got a bunch of plants that we brought from the garden property. And then I built this little greenhouse, mini greenhouse. And the windows are from an old sliding glass door that I salvaged. And most of the wood here is from salvaged wood. Some of the 2x4s were new, but I've been able to scrounge up a lot of old materials. The roofing's new, obviously, but the one thing that's going to be a little bit of a problem up here is water. We don't have a water source, but we are doing water catchment. So I'm going to have this 500-gallon tank will be hooked up to this roof to catch water. We've got a 1,000-gallon tank here that is hooked up to the trailer, and it has a really nice water catchment system that I set up. Right here, we ended up putting in a drain field because everything kind of slopes this way, and we didn't want it to undermine under the trailer and start having the trailer sink. So got a nice double drainage system going in there. We're going to be building a porch deck here. That's why I left some of this wood chips off of here. So porch deck will go from here, maybe about, I think we're doing like 10 foot is all. And around the back, we've got more wood chips spread out. We've got another 500-gallon tank back there. I built this little 10x6 shed. It's a bathroom and going to be a shower or maybe a bathtub. Jen would really like to have a bathtub. This will be fed from that 1,000-gallon water tank. So we'll have like I said, a bathtub or shower, a little toilet, and a sink in here. Right now we've got this little toilet hooked up. It's like a camp toilet, and still trying to get this finished in here. But yeah, that was really I took about 3 weeks and just went crazy on building and moving stuff from the garden, and I was trying to get a roof on these places with walls up and everything before the rain and snow came. So this thing turned out really well. That window was salvaged. That window over there, we paid $50 at a hardware store for that window. So again, a lot of refurbished wood in here. I had this plywood laying around forever. And yeah, so that's what we've got going on up here. And I'm going to do a video on the build for this and the build for the greenhouse. And then we're almost ready to do a trailer transformation build video for this whole thing. Turned out great. So right now, just like everything else, things are in a little bit of a mess. Yeah, so a lot to do, but made some really good progress. Got 2 structures built, roofs on them, got them painted before winter. And yeah, I guess I could show you inside this little greenhouse here. Now these are plastic walls, can be brought up in the summertime. And then on this wall facing west, it's got some insulation in there that I had extra. But yeah, this is what we got going in here so far. Now this is just to winter over a lot of this stuff. We'll have a lot of other things in here. Tomatoes and the pawpaw will probably stay in here, but yeah, that is where we're at with that. This week the brakes have been put on everything. I've been dealing with a shoulder and arm injury for a good over a year now. It's probably getting close to 2 years, and it got a lot worse. We took in a dog that needed rescuing from basically like a puppy mill thing. He was a pit bull mix of something. Wild, great dog. He was really nice, but he was wild, didn't know anything. He ate my glasses. That was like $250, $270 right there to get new glasses. He spun me around when I wasn't expecting it, drug me down a hill, ripped up my knee and smashed my shoulder into the ground, which my arm and shoulder were already messed up. So now it's pretty much like constant pain. I think it was like a shoulder impingement or something, but anyway, blah, 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 boo-hoo. Anyway, I'm taking a break right now, so things have been a little slow on getting anything else done. We ended up finding a home for the dog with a younger guy who was doing kind of the van life thing. So he was looking for a pet, so it worked out great. So now the dog is with him, and I can get back to work. He was just super high maintenance, needed to be by my side. I just couldn't get much done, because if you did have him out, if you turned your back, he took off. So it was like having a toddler all 24/7. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Our grandson got to operate this big old excavator while he was here visiting. You can see his video on his channel, and see the links on the end cards here.